Alright guys, and welcome back to Yo Spill. So tonight, we're going to work on the single cam Neon. So if you guys don't know what this car is, this is the Nitrous Neon that we have been building for a little bit now. It has a 12-to-1 single cam 2-liter Neon motor in it, pistons and rods, has a Crane 16. If you go check out the dyno video, it made 170 wheel horsepower. And for the first time ever, I'm going to attempt to put some drum brakes together. So I have never in my life put drum brakes together. As you know, most new cars have disc brakes all the way around. All the cars I've ever owned had disc brakes all the way around. So I've never actually by myself had to put a set of drum brakes together. Well, on the Neon, over the last week, I have been fighting this bolt right here. If you're a Neon guy, you'll know exactly what this is. This is called the lateral link bolt. This thing was so seized in here that I pulled these entire knuckles off. I took a torch to them. I WD-40'd them. I beat them until they couldn't get beat anymore. I actually pulled the hub off, the bearing off, pulled all of this plate off. Everything I could possibly do to get this bolt out. In the end, what I had to do is buy some really nice drill bits, drill completely through this 6 to 8 inch knuckle, then take the torch, burn the rest of that out. And these are probably the worst thing I've ever had to deal with on a car with rust so far. So as you can see, we have new full adjustable control arms for the rear. These cars come with standard straight arms, which are actually right here. And if you notice something, yeah, that one's straight. That one is a little bent. So we were gonna have some rear camber or in toe issues because the arm right here was literally bent up. Looks like somebody had hit the car into something. But tonight we are going to attempt to get the braking system 100% back together and functional so that we can get this car ready for its nitrous outlet 2-stage nitrous kit. And let's hop right. All right, guys, so what we have here for parts, of course, is a set of Evolution Power Stop rear drums and their performance brake kit. I don't know if I've ever really spoke about it in any of the videos, but I personally love Power Stop products. I run them on the Juke. I've always ran them on all of my cars. For some reason, I always have very good luck with Power Stop. So when you buy their kit, it says specialty drum or brake shoe kit premium. It actually comes with all new springs, all new hardware. Of course, you got your pads over here, and then you can order these brand new drums, and we got the whole kit here. So I have over here what came off the car, so I have something to base the setup on. And as you can see, these are very old, rusty, and these things are so bad that the actual braking material literally just fell right off. So the first time we would have went to the track, tried to use the e-brake to hold the car in place, it would have never worked. So let's see if we can get this thing on there. The first thing I see that is not on these, that are on these units that I actually took off the car, is this little piece right here. This goes to the e-brake. So what I'm gonna have to do is pop this little clip off here on both of these. And the Power Stop kit actually includes your little pressure washer right here and your new clip. So let me get those off, get them onto the new pads, and then we'll attempt to get these on. So first thing we had to do was get these to separate from the pads. And what it is basically just a little pen right here with a C-clip around it. So you pop the C-clip off. It actually has this little washer behind it, which the Power Stop pads include. And then you just take your new unit right here, and it should fit right over it nice and easy. And then this basically hits right here, and when you pull the e-brake, it just shoop, pulls the pad in, and that's what gives you your e-brake. So now I'm going to do the same thing on this side, and then we're going to get to this equipment where we actually hook the pads into the car, and then we add a bunch of springs to hold it all together. And I'm going to show you. All right, guys, so now to the hard part. Or, shouldn't say hard part, but now to the learning experiment. So, first step I found out by doing the other side before I did this side, so I can try to do it in one take of a video and not look like a complete moron. This e-brake cable right here, I don't know how well you're gonna see it in the video, but you can actually pull back on this a little bit and the spring loadedness outside the car, and then there's a spring right here. So basically what you do is you just pull back on it. I used a pair of vice grips, there's a spring under here, pulled that spring back a little bit, and then slid the shoe into place. So now once you get that on there, this literally sets right here, and there's a little tab under here and it just slides underneath. Well, your brake pad touches 1, 2, 3 spots. So as you see, it looks a little shiny. Well, the whole thing looks shiny because it's kind of old and worn out or whatever. But you want to set it right there, and this one's pushed out a little bit, but it's going to set just like that. And then in the, let this fall down, in the power stop kit, because it's all new hardware, you're going to get this pin, this spring, and then this lock washer. So it goes like this, slides in, and then from the back side, there's a hole right here. You slide that through, push this up into place, and then you should be able to slide this through here once you get it somewhat where it belongs. Slide this spring over it, push down, and twist. Okay, it turned on me. Push down and twist. It turned on me again. Like I said, learning. Push down and twist. There we go. Now you got your brake pad in place. Now for the other side, this is always the part that touches the slave cylinder. This is a slave cylinder if you don't know what that is. These adjusters are marked. So this one, of course, is the right side of the car, so it says right. And there's this little slot right here. You literally slide this in and it sets just like that. And you see how it touches right here? That's how it's supposed to be. And then you have black spring, red spring, green spring. Green spring goes on the top right here. Black spring goes on the bottom right here. And then red spring goes to this adjuster right here. And then it pops down here and hooks onto that. So you can just set that right there. Put that there. Pick up your, I'm assuming this is the brake pad holder job or whatever. Who knows what they actually call it. Then you slide it in. So now it's together, pretty much. So now I need to get all those springs attaching from one side to the other. So on this bottom one, it actually goes under this perch right here, and you just need to pull it down, and it is not that easy, but once you get it, you'll feel it because it has a lot of spring to it. And then the bottom piece is stuck now. It really can't go nowhere. Now for this top one, if you thought the bottom one was hard, you weren't strong enough for that, this one is even. Have the green spring on, just slide it on this side, pull it over, and you'll see that it'll pull the pads tight to each other. And then the last spring is the little adjuster. I don't know if you guys are going to see it, but pop it down, pop it in place, and then I'll flip you guys around here. Exactly what it should look like. So, e-brake button right here. Your e-brake slider goes behind it to right here. And this is what actually controls your e-brake. This is your pin that's holding the brake pad to the backing plate. Your self-adjuster right here. See, right? This is your self-adjuster. There's its spring right there. And then the black spring on the bottom, like I said, goes under this piece, and it's what actually pulls these two pads together. So now once you have all that on there, you can grab your brake rotor. Don't ever touch the actual surface. And then stick it on, maybe. And you can see that it's absolutely way too loose. So what you can do is pop this back grill back off. If you go right here on the back side, you can see kind of through the hole, see my finger right here. You can take a screwdriver, go in this hole right here, and then you just turn this until you get a slight bit of contact with these pads to that rotor, and that is the proper preset. You don't want it to actually stop them. You want to be able to slide the rotor on easy. Once you pull the e-brake 1 or 2 times, you should have a good set of rear brakes for your 95 through 99 Neons. So we have all the old parts thrown back in the box. We will dispose of them properly. And yeah, I wonder why I had a little bit of a toe issue in the rear. So now with it on the ground, this is the first time this car's been on the ground in about a week. You can see she's nice and stiff, and might have a little bit of toe in, but that is fine because now with these adjustable arms, we can set the rear suspension exactly how we need. So what I'll do is just get a tape measure from the center bead of the tire to the center bead of the tire, front and rear, make a few adjustments just so the car will travel straight down the road without kind of like teeter-tottering like this. And then we will maybe get to a first test drive. You guys haven't went on a test drive in the Nitrous Neon yet. And the Nitrous kit has shown up. So we'll have to do a 2-stage single nozzle nitrous kit install on this car. Like I said earlier in the video, if you guys haven't seen the channel before or seen the Neon, this is a 2.0 Magnum head single cam. So this motor and head does not belong in this car. Well, the motor belongs in the car, but the head, the intake manifold setup, it does have a TTI long tube on it, has a full 2.5-inch manual bent exhaust, has an aftermarket billet throttle body. Transmission is built with a, I believe, Modern Performance LSD, one of those companies. It has an aftermarket LSD in it. I don't exactly remember. We have too many of these transmissions. Has a nice little K&N right there. Fancy wires, fancy timing belt. It does have a Crane 16 in it, and it also runs on E85R. So in the next video, expect us to go on our first drive. I won't bore you with the alignment stuff because that stuff gets tedious, and it's a real pain in the butt because you have to keep adjusting everything, keep adjusting it until you get it. It's pretty much centered out. Tape measure alignments work fantastic. So if you guys are enjoying the content, as always, subscribe to Yoast. If you guys like the Neon and want to see it make some passes, tracks are closed right now, but we plan on getting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, maybe add another car to the channel, getting them done so that we can go to every event during the year when racing happens, and we can get into Dodge events, Honda events, import events, any event we want to go to. But we do, of course, like our Neons and like our Civics, the Juke and the Fiat as well. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, you guys are the greatest.